Right now, we visit with our money man. That is Lance Hocutt from Lance Hocutt Financial Group. And we got one question that our listener Pat wants to ask, and then we got another question that Jersey Girl is dying to ask. So we're going to get after it this morning with Lance. Hey, brother, good morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing, Jersey?
Lovely.
She's got a question, too, in just a minute for you. She said, can I ask Lance a question? I said, well, absolutely.
Heck yes, you can. That's awesome.
That's right. So that's coming up in just a minute. Right now, listener Pat had sent a message. Got $40,000 left to pay off our mortgage. My husband has been furloughed, but we can pull money out of the 401k without penalty right now. Should we do it to pay off that mortgage, Lance?
I love it. I love the idea. However, remember our conversation about the rule of 72 and how often your money doubles. Y'all remember that, right?
Yes. You talk about the rule of 72 a lot.
That's right. So, and everything's attached to that. So debt, our credit, our earnings of our returns for our investments. So let's apply that to this question. So if Pat's husband leaves that money in the 401k, assuming she receives a 6% rate of return, Jersey, Steve-O, how often is her money going to double? Remember, they were inverses of one another, 6
man, I need my cheat sheet.
6 and 12. 6% is going to double every 12 years.
Okay.
So assuming that he was earning at least 6%, in 12 years, he may go from 10,000 to what? It doubles, remember?
Yeah.
10 to 20, it doubles. So my thought here, and I like Pat's question because we have helped a lot of people with the CARES Act. If you go back to one of our first spots, CARES Act allows an individual to withdraw up to $100,000 penalty-free, tax-free. Now, when I say tax-free, you can avoid those taxes over the next 3 years and pay those, amortize those out over the next 3 years. Or if you're smart, you could have your cake and eat it too and roll that money to an IRA and avoid all the taxes associated until at which point you decide to pull that money out. So going back to Pat's question, I like cake and I like to eat it too.
Yes.
So let's let her have her cake and eat it too, where we roll that money to an IRA, get it out. I am a big fan of that because it puts who? It puts the client, it puts you in control of your money as opposed, even the 401ks I manage, I recommend we do this because the key is who's controlling it? That individual is controlling it as opposed to a company, a corporate entity. So I like that idea. Now, then we've got to discuss, okay, how much interest rate is Pat paying, her and her husband? What are they paying?
Right.
And then we've got to figure out that equilibrium. I love the first step, though. Roll that puppy out, get it to at least an IRA. We've got all the way, according to the CARES Act, all the way until the end of this year to make a withdrawal and avoid those taxes for the next, or at least this year, put it out 3 years, and then avoid all of the penalty. So let's take that first step and then go and consider what that mortgage is. I've got a great alternative. I know you've got some people who can make some mortgages happen for your listeners, and I love that idea of taking that, maybe not paying it off yet, but considering that option because, and a lot of it, again, goes back to their time frame, their risk. If they're sitting on a very low interest rate mortgage, doesn't it make sense if we're making 6%, if they're paying 2 or 3, to keep that spread? And that's how you make money, is you keep the spread yourself. And that's the whole idea with that.
Outstanding advice. That's why you're the money man. That is fantastic. And Pat, I know was listening and will appreciate that so very much. Okay, now, Jersey girl, 21 years old, graduating from the University of Alabama. She got her stimulus check. She has no debt, Lance, and she's got a question. No debt, but a question.
So based on that information, I know, the first thing that most people think, and, my parents have often guided me to, start saving. It's never too early to start saving. You say that it's never too early to start saving, which I know to be a fact. But with the investing, do you think that is this a good time to start? Like, should I put any of that money into investments or anything like that?
Yes, ma'am. I love the idea. And we are seeing, incidentally, more millennials start to look at saving for their future. We're seeing a lot more millennials start looking at the stock market as well. So I'm encouraged to hear, Jersey, you're looking towards that. Remember, what have we talked about? Our 6 areas of financial planning. Let's go back. One of our pillars is having enough money in cash reserve right away. Remember that.
Yeah.
So as long as your cash reserve, you remember the question I think yesterday, I said 6 to 9 months,
That's
3
right.
to 6 months, depending on that person. So if you've got a good cash reserve, then by all means, yes, let's go and look at taking a portion of that and investing that according to your risk tolerance and your time frame. We know, Jersey, you're 21 years old. You got a long time before you'll need this money, as long as you've got a good cash reserve and a good backstop.
I do have a follow-up.
I like the idea. The market is primed, in my opinion, ready to go. I think we've got some downside to go before we continue up. Now, that's just an opinion. But looking at your stage, I love it. Take that money, buy an index, buy a very low-cost index, and let it rock and roll for a long period of time. Monitor it regularly, but put it in and get it working.
So I'm happy you think that I am eligible to dabble in the stock market a little bit, but my problem is I kind of know next to nothing about it. Are you somebody that, not even just me, but anybody my age, are you able to give advice regarding, stocks and things
like that? You know what, Jersey, we do it every day. I've said this many times on air already. We all got here with nothing, and we're going to leave here with nothing.
Amen.
There are a lot of people who won't help. Oh, well, you have to have a minimum. You know what? Because of that premise, I will help you. There are a lot of advisors who won't, but I'm here to help you. I want to make sure we can help people no matter what their resources are. Just do a little bit better each and every day.
I love it. A more comfortable approach to all things money. Lance Hokut Financial. How do we reach you? How do we become a client, Lance?
Lance at LanceHokut.com, 205-345-9733. Remember, Lance Hokut is an independent firm, but we clear through SA Stone Wealth. God bless y'all. I look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Probably not going to be this Friday, though.
All right. Thank you so much. Come when you can. LanceHokut.com, everybody. Hokut.com.